Welcome, everybody, to the Hounds Tales podcast. I am so excited to bring this one to you guys. This one is a highly anticipated and highly requested guest. It was certainly an honor. Luckily, I live close enough to this guest. I was able to actually just go to his house and sit down with him, and his wife joined in a little bit on the conversation. But this one surely was a pleasure. Excuse me. It's not going to be often that you can look at a pedigree and not see something that has come from this guy. A huge influence on the sport. Big name in the sport. I was certainly humbled and honored to be able to sit down with Mr. Eddie Atkins. It was amazing just being there. He was such a nice guy. Him and his wife both were just amazing people to sit down and talk to. So humble. You would never guess that he's done everything that he's done in this sport. And just as great as a person you could ever meet. So I don't want to hold y'all long before we get started into this episode. But before we do, I need to express something real quick, guys. Especially if you live here in Virginia, it's nice to get some help from the outside. But if you're listening to this podcast and you live in Virginia, before July 5th, 2024, you've got to get on and make your voice heard. Go on my page, my personal page, the Virginia Hunting Dog Alliance page, everything that we have going on in Virginia right now with the hound dog trespass. Guys, it is estimated that we have over 95, or somewhere in the range of 90 to 95,000 houndsmen in the state of Virginia. And in the public comment section that is giving you your chance to express your thoughts, your concerns, why it's a bad idea to have the hound dog trespass in Virginia. Why it is such a bad idea. They're giving us a voice, guys. There's not many times that we have a chance to have a voice. They're giving it to us. And of 95,000 people, as of today, less than 1,000 have made a public comment. Less than 1,000. Come on, guys. I'm not going to sit here and be rude and completely just disregard everybody or make people feel bad. I'm not about that game. But we've got to do better. I don't know what we're missing. I don't know where this whole idea of just letting it ride, just letting it slide and not doing anything about it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. You've got to get in and ride. You got to get in and write in. This is your chance. If we can somehow in 2 or 3 days put a crazy number of comments in, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people that are listening to this have probably seen the post that I made or seen the Virginia Hunting Dog Alliance's post or whoever's. And wrote in. As of Sunday before this, I believe that would have been June 31st, it was only 369 comments. 369 people had wrote in. And that's including the antis, which ain't a lot, which is really pathetic. The DWR is even considering this with the amount of the antis that have wrote in. That's probably less than 20. Guys, this is our time. But since Sunday, don't get me wrong, this is great. We're in the 800s now, if I'm not mistaken, which is awesome. But you got to think, if you compare it to the 90 to 95,000 that are supposed to be houndsmen, you're talking, what, a percent? 1%? Come on. We got to do better. Get your mom, get your dad, get your brother, get your in-laws. I don't care. Get everybody that you know to write in and help out. all I can say is when it's gone, if you didn't write in, don't complain. If you wrote in, at least you tried. So, guys, look, please just take a few seconds, especially in Virginia. Take a few seconds. It literally takes seconds. I'm not even joking. Literally, it takes seconds. You don't have to write some big long story. You don't have to write some big explanation. Just write in, say, I oppose. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Make your voice heard. It's at least worth a shot, guys. Give 2 seconds and make it happen. All right. Enough ranting. Please take heed to what I just said. We got to get these numbers up. I should have been preaching this long ago, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad of numbers. But I'll quit the rants. I'll quit all that kind of stuff. But guys, let's make this happen. All right, here we go. Mr. Eddie Atkins, truly an honor. So happy we got to do this. Let's make it happen, guys. Let's drop the gate. Welcome, everybody, to the Hounds Tales podcast. This is your home for field trialing and deer dog hunting. It'll be stories and discussions on the world of dog hunting. So let's drop the gate, cast your hounds, and get ready for another episode of the Hounds Tales podcast.
Hunting season is here. Make sure your dog stays energized with Joy High Energy 24/20. This beef formula is made to meet the nutritional needs of the hardest working dogs at a whopping 505 kcals per cup. Joy High Energy is formulated with omega-3 and 6 fatty acids for healthy skin and a great coat. Added pumpkin for digestive health and chelated minerals for more energy. So whether they're in the woods, the water, or the field, make sure they have the fuel for anything that comes their way. To learn more about Joy High Energy 24/20 or to find a dealer near you, visit joydogfood.com or call us at 800-245-4125.
If you're listening to this podcast, you probably have a need for dog supply items such as Garmin products, bark collars, remote trainers, name tags, field trial and hunt dog supplies, supplements and first aid, dog fences, used and refurbished collars, and much, much more. Where can you go to get that? Outdoor Dog Supply. Outdoor Dog Supply is the leader when it comes to Garmin Tritronics trade-in program. They were one of the first Garmin dealers to start accepting Garmin buyback trade-ins toward purchases. Outdoor Dog Supply currently accepts both working and some non-working units. Be sure to check in with these guys at Outdoor Dog Supply or at 757-482-1000. And their hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you're in the Chesapeake area in Virginia, be sure to stop in. Go see these guys in person. Outdoor Dog Supply is the leader in online sales as far as Garmin products go and your hunting dog supply needs. This is where I go to get all my stuff. Might as well join me in it. All right, guys. Again, be sure to check these guys out, outdoordogsupply.com, and thank them for coming on board with the Hounds Tales podcast. Let's get back to the episode. One last little thing before we get started, guys. I do apologize. There was a fan going in the back. Like I said, I was at Mr. Atkins' house, and they had the fans going. And I was not going to be rude and ask him to turn the fans off because it was blowing directly towards him. I believe that was a way for him to stay cool. So I was not going to try to get that turned off. So I did the best to work on the background and edit that out the best I could, but without losing anything from it, from the recording as far as the important stuff. I did the best I could with it, so just giving y'all a heads up, there is a little bit of fan noise in the background. I don't think it is going to be too big of a deal, but I do apologize for that. But just giving y'all a heads up. All right, guys, here we go. All right, welcome everybody to the Hounds Tales podcast. Tonight I'm joined by a special guest. I have drove up here to visit Mr. Eddie Atkins. How you doing today, sir?
Doing just fine.
Good deal. I appreciate you having me and inviting me into your home. And y'all got a beautiful place up here.
Well, thank you.
Yes, sir. So a lot of people have requested you, like I was telling you before we got started on this thing. So I definitely appreciate you doing this. I know Jay Bird was a big help on
Oh
getting you
yeah.
on here. So
Oh yeah. Well, Jay Bird has been a big help to me down the line all the way
I
for
understand.
right many years anyway.
Yeah, Jay Bird's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
Really good guy.
We was hunting us yesterday.
That's what he said. He said y'all were, I think y'all were running dogs.
Yeah, yeah. Those puppies out there, he had a couple of puppies and we broke them together. And
Okay,
he picked up his and I brought mine home. And
I got you.
so we will be competing against one another.
Now,
Giving one another a hard time.
that's right.
That's what we always do. All in fun, but we sometimes we get pretty hard on one another.
That's how it's supposed to be. Keeps each other competitive.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh man, so you kind of showed me. We're gonna get into that picture a little bit here in a little bit, but I want to go back to the start. When did you get into dogs? And
Well, I was raised up with dogs.
okay,
My daddy had dogs, and as soon as I got old enough, late teenager, I had a couple of dogs, deer dogs, and
right,
kind of started from there.
gotcha. And I guess they were kind of tree stock dogs, or
Yeah. Well, deer dogs.
Deer
and,
dogs.
Mixed up hounds.
Mixed up, yeah.
Blue ticks and black and tans.
Right. Whatever you get a hold of, kind of thing.
I think before Daddy got out of it, we got him some walker dogs, but
Okay,
started off with deer dogs
gotcha,
and stuff.
gotcha.
But the whole family loved to hear dogs run. We enjoy hounds.
Love it. How many of y'all was it? Was it just you and your dad, or was it?
No, it was 7 boys and 4 girls.
Woo! Man, so all y'all enjoyed it then.
Yeah.
Man.
And all the boys hunts.
No kidding.
Yeah, all of them deer hunts. Ain't none of them fox hunts but me.
Gotcha.
No, I'll take that. No,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
no.
Yep.
We didn't want to steal food fox though.
I like it. That's awesome. I'm sure that was a heck of a family event to go out to in the deer woods.
Yeah, most in the holidays, that was a big hunting day for us.
I bet.
We enjoy it.
I love that. So that's good. I love hearing, when people are raised up in it. So when did y'all start? When did you get into the field trialing side of things?
It was I'd say up in the early 70s.
Early 70s.
Yeah. Just running. We've active fox hunted, but I really won't field trial it till on up in the mid 70s, I'd say.
Gotcha.
They have the hunters would have a little deer hunt club or something. They'd have a little hunt, But for as active field trialing, it might have been close to 80 before. So I'd say no, it was late 70s.
Late 70s.
Yeah, I was fooling a little bit on field trial.
Gotcha. So when you got into the field trial, was it still your deer pack, or were y'all into the Walker hounds and the fox hounds?
Actually, while I was still deer hunting, I had to walk with those.
Gotcha. And they were, I guess, I don't know a whole lot about how the dogs and stuff like worked back then. So was that registerable dogs, or was that registered dogs?
The first registered dogs that I ever owned, I bought from Boys Brady down in North Carolina. I don't know if you ever heard of him or not.
I've heard of that name before.
Boys was a good hunter, and I bought a couple of puppies from him, and that was my first registered dog.
Gotcha. You remember what they were all, folks? Test your memory.
I couldn't tell you. That's far back.
I know some people got memories like a fox, man. They can tell you.
You might ask what ones I got now. I could tell you. Those pedigrees I can't keep up with.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, you talk to some people and they're just, they can rattle them off like crazy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
But then you might ask me about something, and I not know, and then something will pop in mind. I might remember something 20 years ago.
That's right.
That's just.
Yep, that's how it works.
Well, I think it's old age.
Right. So, did you have any luck with that first set of field trial dogs?
I placed a category or so with them, but not nothing. Didn't win no major hunt.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, right before we get ready to start, we kind of talked about it for a second. You got a picture on the wall up there. It's a group of fellas and a dog and a buttload of trophies.
Yeah.
Well, what's the story behind that one?
And that was the All Americans.
Okay.
And had it out in Texas. We went out to the All American. That was the first big hunt I went to.
What year was that?
1980.
1980.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
My brother-in-law in the picture.
Uh-huh.
And Paul May was another hunting friend of mine. And shoot, you probably know him. If I can think of his name, daggone, was in the thing at Richmond. A game commission. He was big in it.
Okay.
I'll think of his name in a minute.
Right.
But anyway, and Jack Cole, he was my brother-in-law. He was my brother-in-law. That's where I started hunting with him.
Okay.
For his family was from Tennessee, and they was fox hunters down there.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And
So,
We got.
oh, look at
Yes,
that.
I thought.
He plays at polecats.
Oh,
Miss Atkins just brought a trophy that he won. When was this one?
I don't remember.
Don't remember that one?
There was. That's the last time they've been to us. Huh?
Okay.
no, the last hunt I went to, I didn't win nothing.
The trophy comes.
Oh, I don't know. After a while, the trophies builds up, and I started just. They have hunting club for special need people and different
Right.
things, and I donate a lot of the trophies back to the hunters.
I like that. You keep the placards and stuff off of them.
A lot of time I did.
I got you.
If it was a 3-day championship hunt, a big and I got about close to the top, I probably would, but most of the time I just donate.
I understand.
Because they got sitting around breaking up, and actually I would haul them to the dump and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
The old house then he got.
Oh, hey, I got some down in the old house that they never took out the box. But that's,
Well, you get decorated like you are, they start stacking up like that.
yeah, if you go and and we have some good luck. I've had good luck and had a lot of good people helping me. That's the main thing, is the good people you meet.
Mhm.
And I met a lot of them. And I don't think I went nowhere hunting that I didn't meet somebody strangers that I really like and really
Right.
do me a favor stuff.
Yeah.
That's what really I enjoy.
That's one of the things I always noticed that when I started getting into the field trial world is, man, it's just everybody's willing to scratch your back.
Yeah, that's right.
You
Yeah.
go and you need something at a hunt, and ask somebody, I'm sure they're going to give it to you. One of the nicest things.
And I've sold before the dog puppets and different stuff. And I don't know how many people come back and really just thank me for selling to them
Right.
and stuff like that. And to me, that was just as much as winning the trophy.
Yep.
I really did.
Yep. That's dog man in you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It,
Yes, sir. I respect that a whole lot.
one old fella bought a puppy for me one time, and he was old. Actually, then he was older than I was. And I sold him a puppy, and he come back, and every time he see me, he thanked me for selling that dog, because that was the first trophy I ever won. He had been field trial right many years, and never won a trophy. So it really put him on cloud.
Nah. I'm sure that made you feel just as
yeah.
special.
Yes, it would. If I'd have won.
Yep. I love that. I love that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take a second real quick and interrupt the show and talk about Cajun Lights. They have jumped on board to support the Hounds Tales podcast and the field trialing community. You got nighttime field trials coming up. I know I do in my series, Pleasure Running at Night. When you need to catch that next crossing, put your trust in Cajun Lights. Cajun Lights is made in America product out of North Carolina who has been in business for over 25 years. They make cap style and bucket hat headlamps to free up that extra hand for your voice recorder or for your GPS. There are three main lights I want to focus on real quick. The first is the Micro Gator, which is the lightweight option. It has 4 brightness levels and 4 color options, including red for us field trialers. Rated at 50 to 60 hours of battery life on the highest setting, this is your flood style lamp that'll do really good for us out in the fields in the short brush and be able to help us get in front of those crossings. Next up is the Cajun Bayou, which is the next step up, and it includes the same number of colors and brightness levels, but it packs a much bigger punch on that brightness level so you can catch those crossings way down the path when you got a long road to cover. And last but not least is the top level Cajun Blinder. It has a main beam light with 4 levels of brightness and includes a walking light, and even with a light this bright, the burn life on it is rated at 5 to 6 hours on the highest setting. There's no chance of missing a dog with a light like this one, folks. All their lights come with a 2-year warranty and a lifetime labor warranty. And these guys are excited to get into our sport, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all be sure if you see me at a hunt, come ask me about them. I'll have one of each of these lights on hand to show you and let you put it on your head and kind of experience it. Show these guys some love, guys. And y'all please go visit their website at CajunLights.com. And their phone number is 888-773-3080. Thank you, Cajun Lights, for all you do and for trying to get into this sport. Like I said, guys, let's show them some love. Let's get back to the show, guys. Here we go. So where this All-American on the wall here, where you said that was in Texas?
Yeah.
And what part of Texas?
I couldn't tell you the name of it now. It's too long.
Yeah. Was that on the outside, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
On the outside.
Yeah. All coyote running.
Wow. I bet that was a different kind of running down there.
It was.
Yeah.
And that dog you see in the picture, actually, we didn't own that dog when we left.
No kidding.
My brother-in-law, his uncle, we had never run a coyote without him. You know, all fox dogs,
Right.
deer dogs. So we was going that far. We wanted a dog that would run a coyote. But
Right.
down in Tennessee, they had some coyotes down in the mountains.
Right.
And so he said, "Well, I got one right here. I said, y'all could take down there." He said, "Now she's the fastest dog. I got the fastest dog in this neighborhood."
Yeah.
So we decided we at least take one dog down that had seen a coyote or run a coyote, you know.
Right.
And so we went on down with that dog, and Gerald Simmons. That was the guy I'm trying to think about.
There you go. That's the name. Yeah.
Gerald Simmons.
Yeah.
I've been knowing Gerald since I started hunting.
Right.
And Gerald, first thing he said, he was master hounds down there.
Gotcha.
Gerald said, "Is that the best you and Jack could bring from Virginia?" We just like, well, we just bring what you got. That's all we do. But he always picked it up, and a bunch of food, and I enjoyed it. I always liked what Gerald, and and when it was all said and done, he had to get up and tell the remark he made to start with the first day.
Had to eat them words.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
And had a big laugh for that.
I love that. So have you been up here your whole life, or were you did you move up here?
I was actually more my teenage years. I was raised in Mecklenburg County.
Okay, I got you.
Yep.
So you've been close to around here
Yeah.
at least your whole life.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Man, Texas, that was a long drive back then.
longest one I went to. Now Jaybird took my dogs, and well, he and his dogs too. And he took them to Canada, but I didn't go.
Yeah. Right.
I've sent my dogs off a couple of times.
Right. Shoot, Canada's probably closer than Texas is,
was.
honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to Canada, but I didn't go up there hunting.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
but
So that was the one that really got you hooked then.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
and when the Park and Eagles man owned the dog to begin with, and when he heard it, we wanted. He said, "Jack, you and Ed can have the dog. I don't even want. Didn't I get started with?"
Wow.
Said it was two roads, like to run roads and
Okay.
swing too much.
Right.
Fox hunting, you know.
Yeah, right.
And he didn't. He give us a dog.
No kidding.
Well, I bought it. Yeah, I kept all at that time. I kept all that. If we were hunting together, I kept all the dogs. Yeah.
Right.
And I run that dog around for a while. I didn't like that dog either. The dogs I had, because back deer hunting, you want a good handling dog.
Right.
And that was what I brought up with, dogs that would handle good.
Right.
And they had to do more than just run fast.
That's right.
And I could turn that joker loose here, turn her loose here, and she like grab a deer and run to Camp Pickett. And wherever she stopped, she laid down right there.
Okay, they have no home to her.
No homing whatsoever.
No home.
And back then, they had no tracking cars.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
that meant?
Yeah.
It wasn't up for a headache.
Yeah, you wanted a dog. See, that's how, I was raised on that style without tracking collars. So,
Yeah.
When we deer hunted, that's what you wanted. You wanted the dog. If you couldn't find him, he come on home the next day.
I'll come back where he cast.
That's right. Come back to cast. Come back to cast. Come back to home.
Now I still like him kind of dog.
That's right.
I still like him.
Yep.
And I'm kind of particular about the type I breed to.
Okay.
There's two things I like: a good homing dog, a good handling dog, and I don't like a mean fighting dog.
Yeah, I understand that.
If a dog can't get along with the other dogs,
Got to go.
They got to go for me. I don't want my kid.
I understand.
If it runs good, I still got to have some other quality besides that.
That's right. A lot of people, everybody's got their couple of things that will make them leave their house.
Yeah.
I always like hearing, kind of what everybody's kind of niche is and what.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to a lot of people. A lot. I mean, ain't many people got the same idea I got. No one.
Right.
And everybody got the right to their own opinion.
That's
like
right.
different type dog.
Yep.
And some of them want the front end, regardless of how to get it.
Right.
Run down the road, grab the front end, run a little ways, and fall back and grab another race. And
Right.
I mean, if you like that, that's okay. If that's your kind of hunt, but I got my kind of hunt that I like, and it seems like other folks like it pretty good. Some people does anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if God made us all the same, it'd be a boring world, wouldn't
It would, Harry.
it? So, what was this dog's name from that All-American? See, it was test your memory. See how.
I thought about it a while ago. Now
Now you forgot it again. I keep asking you. That's what's the old phrase? I'd remembered if you wouldn't ask her, right?
That's going with this old age.
No.
Yeah. When you hit age of 7, your memory ain't what it used to be. At least mine ain't anyway. Somebody might be, but mine ain't.
The 87, Mr. Atkins.
Yeah.
Man.
I turned 87 in March.
So you've been, let's see, that'd be 40 plus years field traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. So I know you've done a lot with the field trial world. You remember how many champions you've made over the time?
I
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't, James.
I know it's quite a few.
I've made more. I won more derbies than I made for you.
Gotcha. You like the derbies better than you did the all age, or just have better luck?
No, I just got rid of them.
Got rid. I understand.
No, I won that. I won that 3-day champion dog.
Right.
But I wound up with a whole lot of winning derby dogs.
Gotcha.
Getting to the dogs I wanted.
Right. Well, I know one thing that you're a lot of people have asked me, that you've got a reputation for knowing a puppy, for knowing a dog, knowing how to just pick them out.
I don't agree with that.
Come on now.
A lot of people ask me to say, I don't know that.
Well, what are you looking for in a puppy that when you're breaking them or when you're raising them,
I like to go back to the bloodline of breeding and know a little something about the stud dog. And,
Okay.
And not just what he's won, but what his disposition is, and how he handles, and
Right.
It's a whole lot of things I take under consideration that some people don't.
Right.
But still, for knowing a puppy, I don't know no more about them. Because I've had some pretty good dogs, in which I wasn't a man that kept a whole lot of dogs.
Right.
And I'd get about 5 dogs all I ever took to the field for.
Okay.
I made 3 champions. I sent 1 dog to the hunt.
Now.
I mean, I knew that was my best dog. It wasn't need to send the rest of them.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it was somebody to go take it for me, and I wasn't going or something,
Right.
And they knew I had a good dog. And they wanted to take it, so
Right.
they take it on. It turned out pretty good for me.
I like that. Well, I know one thing that Jay Bird told me to mention was you have an accurate, or how did he say it? An amazing hearing for a dog.
I used to. That ain't good as it used to be.
Gotcha.
Most everybody I hunted with, if I run with any length of time, I knew their dogs. I knew my dog.
Right.
And my brother-in-law never did get that. He couldn't hear this, not like I could.
Right.
And he'd always look at me and say, "What dog is that?" That's your dog, so and so. I'd have to tell him.
Yeah.
But I used to hear real good, and I could pick up a dog mouth. But now look like to me they blend in too much together or something.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't your dogs, it's me. It's just I don't hear quite as good as I used to.
Okay, I got you. I know Jay Bird was telling me that one of the things that always stood out to him that you were able to do was pick out which dog was in the lead in the woods just by listening to him.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. First thing I want to do is learn my dog's mouth.
Right.
And when I used to, still got opinion. Sometimes I turn one dog loose.
Gotcha.
I want to know what that dog sound like.
Yep.
And then I go from there and learn.
I feel like that's an old deer hunter thing. Because when when I was raised, we walked our dogs.
Oh yeah.
We hiked them and walked close to them, and you got to see them work. And man,
Yeah.
when you watch them work like that, you could really learn their mouths.
That's right.
Yeah,
We did the same thing, and I still like to watch the dog work. I'm my fox dog.
right.
And I said, I told Jay Bird, the day we turned loose the first litter of puppies off Penny
Mm-hmm.
that we had, and I think she had 7. I think when I went out there, we took 6 of them.
Mhm.
I said sold some, but Jay Bird brought all his back, his 3 back, and we turned them loose and they hit the ground. And I told him that morning, I said, I believe these are the nicest looking puppies I have ever seen hit the ground.
No
They hit the ground just like old dogs. They didn't run and play. They just dropped right up there just like went to work and just like this.
Wow.
Like they was old dogs.
Man.
And I ain't raised a little puppies before or since that did that.
Man. And I know that litter was the one that just went to the Hall of Fame this year, correct?
That's right.
That's what I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought. So
I bred them the same way, same bitch, both 4 different times. And was good champions over there with little.
Yeah.
But not like that though.
yeah. She was one of the best producing hounds of all time, wasn't she?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, that's
I didn't keep up with it. That's what it told me. It was a mistake made, somebody else made. I don't a lot of that stuff I don't keep up with, It is how much to win or where they win.
I got you. Now, Penny was Lucy's litter mate, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And that, what's Lucy's story? I know she was real good for you. What was her whole story?
She Ricky Webb. I was hunting with Ricky Webb at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we hunted together several years.
Right.
And Ricky had a dog of Deuce. He had that female dog. Shoot, yeah, he was all hurt. I'll think it in a minute. But anyway, and he raised a little puppies off of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like it. And so he bred her again. And so they were pretty puppies. But the guy that had the first look at that, I didn't like them puppies. They didn't start suiting me.
Right.
And anyway, he came by and said, I'm gonna give you a puppy. And at that time I said, no, if you gonna give me a puppy, I'm gonna give you a puppy because I got more puppies than one. So he put one in the pen, I reached over there and picked up a puppy and give it to Ricky.
Right.
That's where it got you. And turned out my grandson, that was a puppy I gave to him. So he said, you can take my puppy away. I said, no, I just traded, and you can have the one I took for trade. So that's where he got Lucy.
Gotcha.
And that was the winnest bitch ever been here.
No kidding.
Yeah. 5-time champion.
5 times.
Yeah.
Man.
And one made a champion 11 months old.
Wow.
They said, you ain't gonna run that champion in the puppy hunt. He said she's under 12 months old.
That's
why not?
Right.
And he won that by a couple of 100 points. So she was a good hound.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Actually, the best hound that we've had. Yeah,
Is it?
if I had taken it as a whole,
Gotcha.
I mean, I've had some dogs I thought had better, maybe 1 or 2 categories better than her, but
Right.
taking it as a whole, she one of the good hounds.
She was all around, man.
Yeah,
I like that. That's what you need.
yeah.
That's what you need.
And then he was winning, and then Rick Stone and his wife Kathy,
Yeah.
they had the little mate, had Penny.
Penny. Yeah.
Kathy told me at the hunt, she said, Penny ain't no field trial dog. Said, do you want her? She said, I want to give her to a good home. And so you got a place out there you can turn her loose and let her run and have plenty of room.
Right.
I said, yeah. I said, but he said, she can't breed her because vet said she couldn't breed her.
Huh.
And I said, well, I'll say her. I didn't tell her. I didn't say I wasn't going to breed her. But yeah, I didn't right then. I didn't know what I wanted to breed or not.
Right.
So I brought it here, turned loose here. I got a 148 fenced in. I turned her loose back there with cattle and everything. And that dog started running good.
Yeah.
So one day I told Tank, I said, hey, drop Lucy here. Let's just see what two sisters does.
Right.
And I couldn't tell no difference in them. And the dog had no place in the field trial.
No kidding.
So I said, next time y'all going to a hunt down, I said, take Penny. She plays fourth.
No kidding.
And the first one I put in 2 hunts. She played fourth and sixth, I believe it were.
Wow.
And then I went to breeding her.
Right.
Because that's what they intended to do.
Yeah.
But when I got her, they had her in a small pen,
Right.
and the dog didn't really run and exercise like that. I think like it should. And she had that little bunny hop to her.
I got you.
And once I got that out, it was smooth sailing.
Right. We're going to take a quick second here and interrupt this episode and let you all know about our friends over at Southern Hound Hunting Magazine. Do you enjoy reading stories from houndsmen across the country? Diving into real-life experiences out there in the woods with working hounds of every kind. Deer dogging, bear dogging, hog dogging, small game dogging, you name it, the Southern Hound Hunting Magazine has it. And it's bringing it to you page after page while also spreading a positive image of this beautiful sport that we all love. Be sure to sign up today, and for just $15 a year, you can have quarterly magazines filled with nothing but dog hunting sent right to your door. Check them out today at southernhoundhunting.com and get in the hunt. Let's get back to the episode. Here.
Yeah.
That's one thing I noticed when I showed up here, and you're out there feeding lots, and you got big lots.
Yeah.
Is that something you've always had, is big lots for your dogs?
Yeah, most likely.
I'm a firm believer in that too. That's how I was raised.
Especially puppies.
Yeah. I was raised on big lots.
And I tell you something else. I read I took up I saw it in Texas when I was out there.
Yep.
Well, when I went to Texas, in fact, when we were out there, I bought a dog out there, and we bought a litter of puppies while we was out there. And but they had their puppies in big lots, and when they would have to go around and had obstacles they had to jump over.
Yeah.
And them dogs had all that practice.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of old wild fences in that part of the country. The dog had to learn how to leap over.
Huh.
And, so I took up on that, seeing how they were doing.
Interesting.
And I bought some puppies while we was out there and brought them back because the puppies was off the dog that won the All-American in '78.
Okay.
2 years before we went out there, he had won it, and I wanted some of that bloodline because they didn't win on this part of the country at the time.
Makes sense.
So we bought a litter of puppies. And then I bought a running dog off of him too while I was there.
I got you.
So.
Wow. So did you ever try to breed Lucy?
Yeah.
Did you have any luck with that?
Yeah, Brandon. But Tinker had done let Brandon Wilson take Lucy's in.
I got you.
And Brandon said that what made his kill.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
So
he said his pick.
Right, dog. I just want to make sure I was thinking.
Yeah, and he bought up a whole lot of dogs off of Penny that I had sold to other people,
Right.
And I'd sell them. He'd often price what I got for them. But they maybe had them for a year or so.
Right.
But anyway, he was buying every female he could find off of Penny.
Wow.
And so I think that built his kills up too.
Wow. So Penny and Lucy were a huge part of the field trial work around here.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh.
That's impressive. That's really, really impressive. So what's some other good dogs that you've had along the lines,
I've had something just about off of most of your big stud dogs.
Okay.
All over the country.
Gotcha.
I like that rocking boat jangle dog. He was from down North Carolina. And I had a JNR dog. I got some good hound champions off of that one.
Right.
And Lots Outlaw. I got some good hounds off of that.
Okay, yeah. Heard that name Tiger Pig.
And I was and I went down, I tell you, I went down to breed the Lots Outlaw, and I had a champion a dog of a JNR. She was just a medium-sized kind of short couple dog.
Right.
And this guy had the stud dog out, and he had puppets for sale and everything. So and I was like, we walked down the line. He was showing us all this dog and everything, and he looked around at me and told me, he said, "That dog you got's too small." I said, "She is." I said, "She was done pretty good for me." So we went over there hitting it out of there. And what doesn't none want? This thing want nothing. He didn't have a brood bitch in his kennel that want anything. So
But it's telling yours are too small.
yeah. And I think when I crossed Arcadia to Lot Solo, I think that little had 4 champions over that.
Man,
So
you produced quite a few champions then over your time.
oh yeah.
Not only just not just you having, but
Ones I've sold, and, that other people have is
right.
10 times more than what I've done. But I wouldn't give just $2 or $3. But if a pound or a little dollar, I'd keep them myself.
Right.
And I'd sell off the rest of them.
Sound like I need to grab one out of your lot before I leave out of here.
But sometimes I just be lucky. But I have, got rid of some very good hounds because I had some young dogs coming on.
Yeah.
Then I wish I'd have had what I got rid of.
Right.
He got rid of the young ones.
Yep.
It don't pan out every time.
I think everybody in field trialing that's been in it for a while has said that to me, that they've gotten rid of at least one dog they wish they never would have got rid of.
Oh yeah, I went back and tried to buy some I got rid of.
Yeah.
They couldn't buy them.
Yep, I've been there. Yep, I ain't been in it very long, but I just got rid of one. And man, I'm like, God, I wish I'd have kept him around.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
in real, the good dogs is hard to come by.
So between your first one in 1980 and Penny, that's a pretty big gap. What kind of stuff were you doing? What kind of hunts were you hitting? Did you have success? Was it kind of hit or miss? What was kind of your dogs that you were running in that time period?
I was running some pretty good dogs.
Yeah.
Rick Will, we was running pretty much the same bloodline because we hunt together, swapping puppies. And
Right.
Ricky and Larry, his brother.
Yeah.
And Larry had a dog, had a female dog that was won the USO, I believe it was USO. Then at Pool 4-day hunt.
Okay. Yeah.
And he had a jip, and I think it was 17 dogs to finish that hunt. I believe it was 17 dogs.
That's tough.
It all finished. Well, he bred her that Jake dog I had, and that was them was some good hounds. And I got one of those. I called Fireball. She was a fast dog
Okay.
and a good tough dog.
Yeah.
If I had some tracking collars to got her up, I could have.
Could have done some more with her.
I could have done a lot more with her.
Yeah.
She mine. The first 2 days she about killed herself.
She didn't know how to stop.
You couldn't hardly stop. She gonna duck and dodge and get away from you. So, but yeah, I had some good dogs all along.
Right. That's awesome. I mean, that's a long stretch to be successful like that.
Yeah,
That's incredible. That's incredible.
And
So,
Rick-
go ahead. Sorry. I didn't interrupt.
Ricky and myself, we was down to 10 now. I think I had 3 dogs hunting. I believe he had 5. And I think out of that dog, we put 7 of them in top 10.
Wow.
One to hunt, but Ricky had good dogs too.
Yeah.
And between the 2 of us, we done real good.
Yes, Ricky Webb, right?
Yeah, Ricky would. Yeah. He quit hunting, went to fishing.
Let's fish.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna do no fishing?
You
ain't gonna do no fishing?
No, I ain't gonna do no fishing. I quit fishing when I left Bugs Island Lake.
That's right.
I lived on Dan River. That's where I growed up at there on the river there.
Okay.
When they built the lake and covered the land up, we were farming, and when I left there, I quit fishing.
I don't blame
Yeah, I'm too far away from water.
you.
I got a little pond there, one over yonder, 2 or 3 little ponds around the fall. I have been out there and throw the hook at that. Most of my grandkids do all that fishing, but I don't know.
So I'm gonna make you sit here and think for a second. What was of all the hunts that you've been to, what would be probably either your most favorite or most memorable hunt for you out of all of them? I know that's a loaded question. That's a lot of hunts to go back and think about. But which one stands out to you the most out of all of them?
I can't remember, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
At the time, I think this one is the best. But it just comes and goes.
Comes and goes.
It's just like some people ask me, which is the best hound I have on.
Yeah.
I says, no way you can answer that question unless you had them and run them together. There's no way to compare them.
Compare. Yep.
Me and Tank up grandson, we went to the hunt day at Pool.
Yeah.
We took, no, we didn't, don't take my 5 dogs.
Right.
That time we took, 4 dogs, That time we took 5.
Yeah.
So I said, so old dog. So we took him on then. I've seen him run good. You know, and all them good dogs I had,
Right.
that's the one made champion.
No kidding.
Yeah.
The one that almost didn't go.
Yeah, almost didn't go.
That's the ones that surprise you.
Yeah, that is the prize. And some of the boys, y'all going to breed him? I said, I'm not going to breed to him. I don't like him.
Right.
And came back sold before did though.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the boy took it to one hunt and won more money at that one hunt than he give a tinker for the dog to start with. Then he got killed by a car. So
I was going to say that was a good deal for him, but it ended real quick, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
There you go. So what do you, like you're talking about, you've been doing this a long time. So what's the difference in the hounds that you see now versus back kind of when you got started? What's some of the biggest differences that you're seeing?
Speed.
Faster now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Faster. Less hunting in them.
Yeah.
More road running.
Right.
You know, that cunning running like they score dogs for now.
Yeah.
All of them would get scratched back in my day.
No kidding.
Yeah, so could mess up a race.
Right.
Messing up the pack.
Yeah.
They're swinging and cutting.
Right.
Crate that dog. Get him out of here.
No kidding.
Yeah, I've seen him do the field trial several times.
Wow.
Back when I first started.
I don't think they got a box big enough to crate dogs enough to hit a field.
No,
trial.
it ain't. And a lot of these big champion stuff, I mean, as I call them road runners, they wouldn't get a drop in the bucket back in them days.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you like the dogs back then better than you do now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
More solid dog back then.
Yeah.
That you could tell I had dogs, I don't care, they come as hot weather, dry weather. You could drop them, turn them out, and I guarantee I can drop my dogs out. Middle of the day.
Right.
They gonna jump you some game.
You gonna find something.
Go find something. When they hit the ground looking for something, and they found it, they run. And it can get up under it and run like it's supposed to. That's the kind of dog I like. Other people like different type of dog, but my opinion is a little different than the majority of people,
Right.
especially the younger ones coming up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I notice, we talk about it just kind of hanging around and talking with other people and stuff like that. People don't watch dogs like they used
No,
to.
no.
Everybody wants to drop dogs and go back to the house. Go some sleep.
I'll sit there and look at the box.
Yeah, sit there and look at a box.
They sit and pick up, look at the box. I want to get out there and hear them dogs. That's music to me if hearing dogs run,
Yes, sir.
I rather enjoy it.
Yes, sir. 100% with you. A lot of times when I pleasure run, I don't even take the box in there with me.
Yeah.
I just leave it in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how you going on your dog's mouth or know what your dog's doing if you ain't there to listen to that?
Right. Well, I like judging hunts too.
Yeah.
And the way I told somebody one time, I was like, how are you going to get good at judging a fox pen if you're looking at your box, following them off the box?
That's right.
Let's listen to them, see where they're going, learn how to get in front of the chase.
That's right.
The Hounds Tales podcast has teamed up with First Form Outdoors to get behind the hunters. Yes, that's right, the hunters. We as houndsmen put so much focus on our dogs that sometimes we forget to focus on our own selves and our health. Whether you're in the woods racing to get in front of that big buck chase or in the wire for 5 hours catching crossings up and down the path, we are constantly draining our bodies all day long. First Form offers energy drinks, hydration products, protein snacks, and other supplements to get us back up and going while we are doing what we love. Show yourself some love and visit firstform.com, and that's the number 1, STPHORM.com to check these guys out. And from here on out, at all hunts, I will have products available for purchase. If you have any requests that you see when you visit firstform.com, feel free to contact me and place an order, and we'll make that happen. Now, back to the episode.
And a lot of people out there, they ain't looked at no dog, and ain't watched dogs. How can they judge dogs?
Right.
Now that's my opinion, I mean, it's hard to get good hunters. Ain't enough of them left, as far as I'm concerned, to get a good slate of judges.
Yeah.
And I tell them right now that about a hunt, that's what makes a good hunt. I said judges.
Yeah.
A good slate of judges is more than anything else, more than the running, more than the amount of game you got there, or anything else.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yep, a good set of judges would make it from a 300-point score to a 600-point score.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And the score will be at the right place.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. whole different dog would have won that hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you.
So,
Jay Bird told me to get you to tell a story about the USO in Texas. Do you know what he's talking about?
not really.
I don't know. He said to mention the USO in Texas. I don't know if he got the right hunt or if maybe he's thinking about that.
think, and he's probably
He's probably talking about that hunt.
thinking about all the murder.
Yeah, that's probably what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's one other, and this goes just exactly with what we were just talking about. Train Easter
Uh-huh.
told me to ask you about this quote you told him one time that stuck with him ever since you said it. He said that you told him if you go to a crossing by yourself and your dog's not first, then it's your fault.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I used to tell him, you know. I can't get across with my dog. I said, it's your fault. They look at me just funny looking, you know. Why is my... I told several people that. And Watson Yates, he was a good friend of mine. We went to hunt all up together. Watson looked at me and said, well, why is it my fault? I said, you looked up by yourself. You supposed to got a first place cross. Yeah. Well, we used to kid one another about stuff like that all the time.
That's all part of it.
Yeah.
That's all part of it. Yeah. I mean, heck, man, we're going to this buggy hunt next weekend down at 95, and I was joking with a buddy of mine. He said, you taking your buggy down there? You know, you gonna take your buggy down there? I said, well, how am I gonna haul the new one back home when I win it? You know?
Right. Yeah. Have confidence.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on a puppy hunt over here. You pull that to it was. And, I bought 2 puppies. I don't usually do it, but I did. The bloodline was come for opinion. Some of the dogs I had started with.
Right.
And their dogs were price right, so I bought 2. And I took them over there, and I won first and second in the hunt. And of course, then people wanted to buy them, and I turned around and sold them.
Right.
And Herman, you know Herman.
Yeah.
Herman won bought
Right.
and he went down and won the buggy with his.
Okay.
With one he bought me.
No kidding.
Yeah. So he come out all right, and I did too.
Right.
Then since then, I feel a bit sick. I'm now gonna tell you a tale about Shelby over there.
Uh-oh.
I think you're gonna do it.
Uh-oh.
I was at the hunt down there, and it was cold in winter time, and she was just taking care of the dogs.
Yeah.
And this dog had the puppies out there, and she went up there, and there was one done froze.
Uh-oh.
The old pup, she brought it back to the house, and she warmed it up and doctored it on and food with it, and got it alive.
Oh, wow.
Well, they just wouldn't take that one puppy.
Yeah.
So she had to raise it in the house.
Right.
Owns puppy was raised in the house.
Right.
So I raised that puppy up, and it was smart. It was a smart little dog.
Yeah.
And when he got on up bigger, Ricky Webb, I was hunting with him that time. Ricky said, Shelby gonna take that dog and beat you. I said, the day she beats me with that thing, I'll quit.
She beat you.
Well, we were down the pool, and Lucky was in the hunt, and
This one will work. This is good. Thank you, man.
we were down the pools and had a hunt. She ever had the camera. She was filming the winners, you know.
Right.
So, I think it was 4th place. She got up there. 3rd or 4th in top 5, anyway. Right. He called out to Lucky, and she threw the camera up there. And Ricky Webb, he laughed. He said, what you gonna do with your dogs now? I said, you can say what you want to, but I believe you cheated because you were judging.
So she got you.
She got me. But I said, well, I just have to say I'm lying. I ain't gonna be up.
About like that guy at that first All-American. He had to eat your words, didn't
That's right. Yeah.
Right, that thing to the friends all the time, and we're getting rich. he goes straight down to one of the farmers that had cows in there. And they call him, Lucky's down here. I'd go down there and pull up and rock to get out tailgate. That would trophy stuff.
Now,
I know where to go get him, but I was.
he just knew where to come. Now, did you go a lot to the field trials with him?
Back then I went right much with him.
Right.
But
She went with us at the national. I know once or twice you and Joseph, my sister. They went down. We went down to the national and stayed a week.
Okay. Yeah.
But and then we down. I had a camper down pool. She used to go down. Stay. She went with so and I had a camper down.
Gotcha. Yeah, somebody had to keep him straight, right? Yeah. So, when you first got started in this stuff, I'm assuming it was mostly, or if not all, outside field trials, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the outside field trials more than you did in the wire?
I did. I made the statement at one time that when I had started running the pen, I'd quit.
Yeah.
That's another lie I told. That's the way it was.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people that had to make that transition. They didn't. Nobody really wanted to make that
No.
jump. Now, like you said, it's a whole different dog running in the wire than it is the outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the judges gets a chance to look at the dog better in a pen than do on the outside.
Right.
But I'll tell you, for one thing, I did the national, and I was a dog. When I was out in Texas, I bought that one dog from the Wilder brothers,
Right.
and they were right wealthy and had a lot of dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, they sold me the dog right reasonable, so I bought it and brought them home.
Right.
And we went to the national. They was there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one drove pickup, one flew in on his airplane. But anyway,
Now.
I had old Prayers there. The first day he was right at the top dog, second place or something. And first day he done good, second day he done good. And so when I was there and went to giving the stuff away on the third day, old Doug Borman, Doug Borman not.
Yeah.
Old Doug was there and Jack Coline was there. And so a lot of people knew me, was standing.
Right.
Kept hunting. You don't want this thing. You don't want this thing. I'm standing there. Fellow, they went up toward the top, the nervous I got.
Yeah.
And I had my hopes all up. My name wasn't even mentioned.
No kidding. Oh.
So I said, that was a letdown. I said, oh.
What happened? Get scratched?
No.
Just fell back.
A guy came over just a few minutes after that and said, Eddie, you own that number so-and-so dog? I said, yeah. Said, you gonna sell it? I said, I ought to give it away. I just didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
He said, I'll buy it if you will sell it. Then I made him go to thinking, I like the dog,
Right.
I said, no, I don't really think I want to sell it.
Yeah.
And he laughed. He said, well, being you don't want to sell it, I'm going to tell you what the dog done. He said, I was over there he told me where it was at, but there's a lot outside, it's a lot of places dogs can go.
Right.
He said, I was sitting on the stump out for about 2 hours, and that dog of yours was running with about 20 hounds.
Yeah.
And he would say he was by far the best hound in that 20.
Man.
He said, if a judge had been sitting there and said you don't want a hand today, so
There you go.
that's my luck.
Yeah.
And I ain't never got my hopes up that high no more. That took your window to me.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah.
I remember when I was first getting into it, I had a dog at a hunt that it was at a pen that didn't have a lot of hunting scores, and he had landed a hunting score the first day. I said, "Oh, we categoried now. I said, we there." You get to the third day and going into the third day, I'm like, all right, all we got to do is finish.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sitting there listening to the hunting category, and we go all the way through the list. I said, it never got caught. I think, God, got scratched out on the last day. That like you said, that'll take the air right out of the balloon.
Yeah, that'll bust you, Bubba, like there you did.
Right.
I learned the hard way not to get your hopes up too high.
That's right.
When you won, that's when you call your name out.
Yeah, that's right.
If you don't call your name, you ain't done nothing.
You still get nervous going to a hunt?
Not really no
Not
more.
really more.
I don't keep my hopes that high no more. Actually, I'd say half the hunts that I actually won, I won that.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had somebody else taking it for you.
Yeah, I just send one dog, and you know they going to hunt. They got right many dogs. You know, let me take that one dog of yours. They knew I had a good dog. You know,
Right.
take it on.
Yeah.
So it worked out good for me.
That's all right.
I've had a lot of good hunters help me a whole lot.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you. You know, it sounded like you had a lot of good help along the way.
I did all the way. If it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't have got nowhere.
What's some of your biggest help that you've had along the way?
I tell you, so everybody I hunted with was good help to me.
Really?
Yeah, all of them were good. I had about 7 different people that hunted me over the years,
Okay.
and every one of them over the years, you know, different things would cause them to quit
Right.
fox hunting. You know.
Right.
Some of them the family, you know,
Yeah.
or some of them, you know, the kids would be playing, get in the ball game,
Yeah.
and they had, you know, too much involved, and they couldn't have that much time off, you know, stuff like that.
Right. I want to take a second and talk about Frontline Optics real quick, guys. They are a sunglasses company that is owned and operated by frontline workers, fires and emergency services, guys. They have designed glasses with us in mind, with the frontline workers in mind, people that are out there using your sunglasses every day and don't want to break the bank and have a pair of sunglasses get broke and have to and just be out of that that crazy amount of money. Guys, these are high quality polarized sunglasses that are durable, affordable, and ultimately represent our lifestyle. In addition to that, a portion of all proceeds from the sale of these glasses is donated to First Responders Children's Foundation. It is in support of those children who have lost a parent in the line of duty. How cool is that, guys? So, guys, check these guys out, frontlineoptics.com. Go to their website, and when you go to checkout, be sure to type in the promo code Hounds Tales. That's TALES while you check out, and you'll receive 15% off your first purchase. Also, these guys have a first-time replacement, no questions asked program. Be sure to check that out, guys. These guys are awesome. I can't thank them enough for jumping on board, and we'll get back to the show. Right.
But everybody I dealt with was good to me.
Yeah.
I'll have to say that.
Well, when you're good to people, they're gonna be good back to you.
Yeah, well, they was good to me. I don't know how good I was to them, but but I had a lot of fun, and I give them a hard time. And I was hunting one guy that I'd pick at him. I give him a hard time, and some of the guys would ask me, "How do you get away with all that talking to him like that?" I said, he said, if somebody else would say that, say he'd have got mad as a hornet. I said, you don't know, nobody gets mad with you. I swear, they know I'm acting a fool. They don't mean it. I don't mean nothing by it.
Right. That's right. Oh man.
But if I couldn't pick that, Carolyn had a lot of pushing. I mean, it wouldn't be no fun.
That's right.
I enjoyed it all.
You know, that's one thing I've always. I feel like, you know, from the outside looking in, a lot of people don't see it, but the camaraderie you get.
Yeah.
Amongst all your fellow houndsmen and stuff like that. Whether you're deer hunting, field trialing, just being able to hang out with your friends and listen to the hound music.
Yep.
That's half the beauty of it.
Yeah. I don't know about where you hunt with or who you hunt with.
Uh-huh.
But the deer hunters now don't have the sportsmanship like they used to have.
No. That's why we're in trouble.
Yeah. Back when I was hunting for deer hunting actually in the early years, it wasn't a whole lot of deer. And we'd have about as much fun standing around joking and carrying on at the skinning pole, you know.
Right.
As we did out there hunting,
That's
really.
right.
And everybody was there. And now if you shoot a big buck, a lot of them, they kind of disown it.
Yeah.
They didn't get to shoot it, so.
That's right.
But they used to come, congratulations and all that stuff, you know.
Yep.
But it has changed. It has changed.
It has changed a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I know in our area, you know, we had a little country store where whenever you shot a deer, you come and they take your picture and put it on the wall, and you had all kinds of deer posted, and you had to write your name on the wall, and everybody got to see them. And when I was a kid, that was what I looked forward to every day.
Yeah.
You know, going and be able to. I shot a slick. You get to go write a slick right on the wall. It doesn't matter. You got to go take a picture and put it on at the store. You don't see that no more.
I know. shoot the deer, and I've seen someone shoot the deer. They wouldn't even come look at it. A great big nice buck. Saying,
Don't even care.
not there. I said, this sportsmanship just ain't there no more.
Nope.
It, which I ain't been able to see good. I couldn't shoot a gun no way. But now, it kind of got me out of hunting.
Yeah.
Gun hunting really.
Yeah.
What turned me again.
That makes sense. I mean, I've only been in this field trial and stuff a few years, and I maybe like you're talking, maybe I just don't enjoy the deer hunting as much, or I don't know what it is, but that field trial world, I've been a lot of those guys. I'm not saying that field trial world's perfect by any means.
Oh no.
You know, there's jealousy out in that world.
Oh yeah.
Too. But man, it's like we talked at the beginning of this thing. You know, there's so many people that are willing to scratch your back and help you out along the way, like you've been talking about, man. You know, that's one of the most beautiful things I've noticed about this sport is how much people help each other.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like to ask this question to people that come on and talk with me and stuff like that. And I didn't exactly prepare you for this one, so it may be a loaded question for you. But, you know, what's something that you think that we can do as dog hunters, as houndsmen, to help save either field trialing or dog hunting in general? Just, you know, what do you think we need to do to help save the sport?
I think one of the things the hunter needs to do is try to get along with the public.
Yeah.
You know, although you might not agree with it sometimes, but you try to get along with
Right.
it. But the more you kind of stir stuff, the worse it gets sometimes.
Right.
And I think a man try to post. You know, a guy got a piece of land but don't want you to hunt it. You kind of got to honor his.
That's right.
You know, his way too. You know.
Yeah.
And although you might not agree with it, but try to go along and you know, compromise and do the best you can.
That's right.
That's what I think.
I like that. I think that's very smart and very wise. A lot of people don't think it's like it was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, and before that, you can just run wherever, you know.
It's things are changing. You got to change with it.
That's it. Got to adapt.
Yep.
Yep. I agree wholeheartedly with you on that. Wholeheartedly. Well, I thoroughly have enjoyed this. This has been a lot of fun. I know I ask a lot of people when they listen to my stuff or come and talk to me, they ask them who they want to hear from and get me to talk to, and I'm telling you, your name probably got brought up more than anybody else. And from everybody else to you. And for me, you know, just getting into the field trial world and that kind of stuff, you know, I appreciate everything you've done for the field trial world, the community. And it's an honor to be here with you. It really is.
Well, I'm glad you came by and talk. I mean, not that I know much to talk about, but but dogs I do enjoy talking about.
That's right.
Yeah, so
talk about something you love. It's easy to have a conversation.
That's right. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly do appreciate y'all sitting here talking with me and inviting me to your home, and I think everybody's going to enjoy listening to you.
Well, I hope somebody gets some enjoyment there, though.
The ones that at least requested it better, right? Well, I'm gonna end this thing, and then we'll sit around and talk for a few more minutes, but. Everybody out there, I surely appreciate y'all listening. I hope y'all enjoyed it as nearly as much as I did. And thank y'all so much for listening. And like always, guys, happy hunting.